All right, guys. So this is my first try with showing you what's on screen, also talking to you, and all of that jazz. But what I want to do today is just kind of introduce the topic. So this is what your end goal is going to be. You're going to do a presentation. Now, if we're not in school, all you're going to be doing is sending me this presentation, and we'll figure out how to do maybe a gallery walk or something with it. If we are back in school, this is what we do that last end of the week. So you present your topic, your theme, your idea, and all the work that you did with it in this format. Right now, I just want you to kind of watch, get an idea of what your end result is going to be. I don't want to overwhelm you. It is not, it looks like a lot, but we have the whole rest of the school year to do this, and we'll kind of be helping you through it. So here we go. I chose Salem witch trials as my topic, my theme, my thing that I wanted to do my research, my presentation, all of that on. When you get this Google, you're going to get a presentation. It's going to be blank. You're going to make a copy of it, and then you're going to do the same thing that I did. And so the first card, the first title thing you'll get is this one right here. Mine is titled Salem Witch Trials. And then I put a picture of the Salem Witch Trial Museum on the back. That's going to be your title. That's what you're going to let us know what your topic is. Your next thing that you're going to look at is the second slide, which is going to be critical questions. And here I just listed some things I wanted to look at, things I was curious about, wanted to know more about, things like that. Third slide is going to be, you're going to do you're going to do two nonfiction articles. So I chose one called The Witches of Salem. The very first part right here is an excerpt from that. And then the bottom part is a summary. It explains what the article was, why it's relevant to my topic. You're going to do that twice. So my next slide looks similar. It's also another article that I read to do some research. The title's up here, the excerpt, and then my summary, what it was about. And I'm going to share this file so you can go back and look at it. This is just an overview. Slide number 5 is a quote, and I find it's easier to find a quote that's relative to your topic, that makes sense, that gives you some information, and then tell me why it touches on your topic, why it made sense, why you included it in the slideshow. This next one is a quote as well. I didn't do my including why yet, so this just has the quote right here, but eventually I will add down here why I included this quote. Slides 7 and 8, the next two slides are going to be a picture. So this is a picture of kind of a modern day witch hunt, and I talk a little bit about that on the side. When I do my presentation, I'll go into that a little more. Slide 8 is another picture, and then an explanation of why it was important. Slide 9, you're going to write some kind of literary, some written component to this. You're either going to choose, and we'll send more information about this, you're either going to write kind of an informative essay, 5-paragraph theme, give me information about the topic, background information. You're going to write a short story that relates to your topic in some way, or you can choose to write 5 poems. And so all of the parameters and information about that we will include in the assignments, but this is what it's going to look like. So you're going to tell me this just summarizes what my essay was about. The next slide gives you a little bit of my essay. So I included what is my introduction. I included that on this page. You can decide whatever you want to do. And this stuff is going to be later. Don't worry about it yet. Then you're going to do a fine arts. Either you pick a song or a video clip. I picked the clip from the first 50 seconds of the movie Practical Magic. So during my presentation, we could click on it. I'm not going to do that yet. Just showing you what all you have to include. Then you do 2 artifacts. They can be a piece of like a painting. It can be any kind of work that is pertaining to your topic. So I chose a book cover and explained why. And then I chose a document that came from the Salem witch trials that's been preserved all of these years. So I included those as my 2 artifacts. You're also going to read a book. So that's the thing I want you to think about right now in quarantine and lockdown and all of that. This might be the hardest part. So when you're thinking about your topic, think about, do I have access to some books? Is there a way that I can find a book that touches on it? I read The Crucible in high school. I have it again at home, so I read it. The Crucible deals with the Salem witch trials, so I chose that as my book. You're going to do a plot diagram. So here's my plot diagram for what happened in The Crucible. And you're going to have 8 weeks to read the book, so don't worry. And then you're going to have a literary component, just a quick, how did this book relate to my topic? And then a conclusion page. That is what we're going to be working on for the next, well, until the end of the school year, if we're in school or even if we're not. So as we go through the rest of the semester, we'll be giving you assignments. So I'll tell you, when do you need your quote pages to be done? And when do you need your nonfiction articles? When is your paper actually going to be due? When is your book plot diagram due? So all of those you're going to be turning in separately and getting grades. And then this presentation is your final grade. So like I said, we don't know yet what that's going to look like as far as school. So one of those might be that you're just doing your presentation like this and you're sending it to me and I will give you a grade that way. We may, and I know you're excited about this, be back in school so you get to present this to the rest of the class. So this will be a PowerPoint Google slide that we'll put up on the smartboard and you will present your findings, your topic, your information. So the reason I'm showing you this is not to freak you out and make you think, oh my goodness, we have so much work to do. But all these skills, all these things we've done, we've practiced, we've been working on the last 2 years. So this is kind of a culmination, can't talk today, of all the stuff that you've done. So you know how to do it. It's just going to be a matter of putting those skills to use. I will be here to help you. We'll look at your rough drafts. I'll help you with the books. I'll help you with all of that. So don't get overwhelmed. I just wanted to show you the end product so you know what you're going to be doing and it can help you come up with the topic. In the intro slides that tells you about this, you'll get that too in your Schoology. There's a list of topics in there. Those are not a comprehensive list of all the things that can be included. I really want you to think of something that you're interested in or curious about, or maybe a book that you've read that might spark some interest. Some of the most interesting ones I've seen students do they're great because the kids were really interested. I know Mason loves it when I talk about his big sister, but his sister did one of the best ones I saw. She chose a topic that she really was interested in. She knew a lot about, but her passion came through when she did the presentation. I had another student that she was adopted and chose adoption as her theme and really explored all different kinds of adoption and fostering and the ramifications of that. And it was really cool and well done. And she wrote a short story tied with it and found a book. We've had kids that have done different kind of cancers and eating disorders. We've had kids that have done lighthearted stuff like the world of Disney and how that applies to life. So your goal this week is to start thinking about, A, what do I want my topic to be? What I really want to spend the next 8 weeks looking into. B, is it something that I can find a book for? Am I going to be able to find a book that kind of touches on it? It doesn't have directly to be about it, but it does need to it needs to touch on it in some way, shape, or form. And then C, you have to start thinking about, is there enough information about that topic that I can spend 8 weeks doing nonfiction research, writing a paper, and reading a book about it? Ideally, I don't want everybody to do the same topic, but since we're not in the class together and we may not be, traditionally like we sign up for things and I go through it and talk you through that, you guys are just going to be submitting to me. So if some of you end up with the same topic, I'm not going to be as strict as I normally would. So, all right, I've talked for 8 minutes. It's about as much attention as you guys can pay to me. So hopefully, like I said, this is not to overwhelm you. This is to show you what the end product will look like. I'm going to share this with you, but each week we're going to give you kind of small mini goals. Nothing is going to be due like daily. Kind of every Friday, I'm going to say, this is what you should have done. And we all know Regan will have it all done in a week and a half. But most of you can pace yourselves out and we'll do it kind of week by week. So this is not, like I said, to overwhelm you, just to give you the information so you can start thinking. Your goal for this first week of school is just to connect with me, make sure you can use Schoology, that you feel comfortable with all of that, and then to come up with a topic. And we'll start figuring out, do you have a book? Are you comfortable with it? Kind of where are we? So that is all I have for right now. I miss you guys. I hope all is well. And just connect with me, email me, send me a message to Schoology, whatever works, and we'll chat that way. All right, all. Take care.